What did you read, for example, Batik, about Gaddafi's death? Nothing. But we all simultaneously know that Gaddafi provided at least $5 million, euros, pounds, to French President Sarkozy for his election campaign, and then after he was elected, he ostentatiously received him in Paris 3 months after the presidential elections. What did you read about Commissioner Reinders, who visited Slovakia and spread wisdom in the area of the rule of law and human rights? And today we learned that he is suspected of money laundering. What did you learn, apart from the obligatory reports about our wonderful president, Mr. Tisco, who was proven to have cheated and committed tax crimes in the presidential campaign and evidently won the parliamentary elections with fraud? And today we have a lawfully convicted president. So don't be surprised that you won't read much about this case either, which concerns the British Prime Minister, the former British Prime Minister. You know that I repeatedly announced that 3 months after the start of the war conflict in Ukraine, a peace agreement was on the table and Ukraine was ready to sign this peace agreement.
People like Mr. Johnson, who at that time was already a member of the British Parliament, not the Prime Minister, started to be involved. Un punto
on this Sarisha, and these people very actively persuaded not only Western leaders, but primarily the Ukrainian government not to sign the peace agreement under any circumstances and to continue the war, because the strategy was that through this war there would be a chance to bring the Russian Federation to its knees. But those who know Russians know that when they are on their knees, it's only because they are tying their shoelaces. So this strategy did not work. And that's why I say very clearly that what happened with this bribe is an extremely serious problem. The story is that 3 months after the war started, Boris Johnson was very actively persuading not to sign the peace agreement. And only then does he receive £1 million for his foundation from a well-known businessman from an arms company that supplies weapons to Ukraine. And this person then took a joint trip with him to Kyiv and other cities. There are records, photographs of it. Simply put, there is enough evidence to prove it. So today we can say with 100% certainty that Boris Johnson fought for the war to continue, then took £1 million from an arms dealer, and then took that arms dealer to Ukraine for various meetings with top Ukrainian officials, evidently primarily about the supply of weapons to Ukraine. Can we, as reasonable people, draw a normal conclusion from this? Yes, Boris Johnson did not want to end the war because he knew he had a friend who would give him money, and in return he would help him with weapons to Ukraine. So now imagine that, and following up on your question, Madam Deputy, that I would simply behave the same way, claiming from April or May of the year when the war started that it is impossible to end the war in Ukraine, impossible. And then I would take €1 million from some arms company in Slovakia, and then I would take that person to Ukraine, to President Zelensky, to the Minister of Defense, and to other people. And there I would persuade them that this is an excellent person who can supply you with weapons. That's such a messy. But of course, it's not appropriate to talk about it because it's a topic that doesn't fit into the mainstream media. The mainstream media, after all, say something completely different about the war in Ukraine.